For the first time ever in UM, I think some of you would have attended my classes before. Some of you might be very new to my classes. So we're going to talk about literature review template, ChatGPT 4.0, Google Scholar. We're going to see how we can combine all of this together with persona prompting to enable a reliable assistant. Okay. My word, the reliable. Reliability is the biggest problem now. Okay, when it comes to AI, I know we cannot, it's inseparable now, AI and research, but just that we're going to learn how to use it properly so that it doesn't negatively impact us. I'm not talking about ethics. Ethics is a different story. That is how you're going to maintain. That is between you and your university. But what I'm talking about is how to use it properly so that we can avoid fake information, misinformation, and so on. Okay, so that's what we're going to try and reduce as much as possible today. Okay, and at the end of the class today, I'll also be sharing how you actually can prompt to read a paper as much as possible with the most optimum method. Okay, all right. So I would suggest you guys to all switch off your video. Okay, switch off your video because a lot of people are moving on the screen and so on. So you can switch off your video, just focus on the class. It will be much, much easier for all of you. Okay, so now, so this seminar is purposely made informal to create a comforting environment for the students. Okay, so it's a very open Q&A. In the chat box, don't unmute your mic. And we will break down barriers to improve opportunities for Q&A, question and answers. Okay, so I'm going to skip this. I think most of you know me. Okay, so I'm coming from Proofreading by UK PhD, a company I founded. We are an ISO 9001 certified academic consulting firm. These are all our track records so far. And this is our presence so far all over the world. So in today's class, whatever I'm going to teach will be very, very helpful for you in the sense of thesis consulting, publication consulting. That means when you're going to run your thesis, your proposal, your publication, you're going to develop them, whether analysis and so on, every inch of it, you will need literature review. Okay, every inch of it, you need literature review. So, and then we even during your Viva examiner correction, proposal defense corrections, and so on, literature review is definitely required. So that's why today's class is very, very important, including thesis to journal conversion as well. All right. So, and we're going to touch a bit on the language aspect as well. Sam. Okay. So keyboard warriors is fine. Okay. So we have ample of free classes on Facebook page, okay, which I've recorded quite some time ago. How many of you here don't know how to access those classes on Facebook page? We have loads and loads of classes, free classes, about 1 hour each on various topics. We have 131 or 132 classes, I think. If you don't know how to access it, please let me know in the chat box. If you know, then I will just skip this and go to the next slide. Okay, all right. So let me quickly share. This is our Facebook page. Okay, the link is given. So once you arrive at this Facebook page, I'll give you about 1 or 2 minutes for you guys to open it. It's in the chat box. Okay, so once you guys open it, you will see basically you'll arrive at this link. Okay, so once you come here, you can see a lot of notes and classes and videos that we share on almost daily basis. Okay, that we share on almost daily basis. Very, very important stuff to help you enable your journey. Right. So I hope that will be helpful to you guys. And you can also watch all my classes here. Like example, this is the most popular class now. Okay, by Facebook, reading a paper, Web of Science Q1 for literature review. And then if you go down further, you can find all the classes, 132 classes here. Okay, so all of it are here. You can go and watch whenever you're free. All right. Many, many topics are here. like designing instrument questionnaire, writing PhD master research proposal, research gap exploration, proposal defense class, concept paper class, and so on and so forth. Okay. Yes, we do have YouTube. Okay. So for those who want to subscribe us on YouTube, this is my channel. Okay. So you guys can subscribe here. It'll be more convenient. So we also share a lot of classes here. There's a lot of classes available here also. Okay, so now YouTube given ready, Facebook given ready. So we'll go to the next part. Okay, for the first time ever, okay, I've arranged all the templates so that you guys know for which particular portion you guys can download which templates or which available resources are there. No problem, Kun Hong, no worries. Okay, so here for thesis, we have a full thesis table of content. Okay, full thesis table of content for quantitative, qualitative, mixed method, and so on. All right. Table of content for chapter 2. Free thesis databases. All these are overall thesis related templates. Then we have chapter 3, chapter 1. These are all chapter 1 templates. All right. Introduction, background, problem statement, statistical value, how to know where to go and find statistical value for your background. Chapter 2, we're going to be looking at this today, this particular template today. Okay, then literature matrix, all this will come in the next class, all of this. And then before proposal defense and viva, all of these templates can be used. And these are all systematic literature review related templates. Okay, so all of these can be downloaded from our Telegram group. Okay, I think some of you are already in the Telegram group. So you can scan this QR code or you can join the Telegram group via this particular link. Give me one moment. Let me just get the link. Here. Okay. So you guys can go to this link. Okay. Once you open it up, will basically arrive here. Make sure you subscribe here so that any latest updates will be announced. Okay. You can subscribe here. And then if you scroll down, this is the link to our TikTok. Okay. Most of the videos will be uploaded here as a front runner. Okay. That means this will be the first platform that we upload the videos, short ones. Short ones that get straight to the point. Okay. And then these are all our services. And then as you scroll down, you can see you can request for templates. This is our Telegram group. So a question to answer Ada Ahmad, where to download the templates, you go to this particular link, Telegram group. So you click this and you join into the Telegram group, which basically will arrive here. We are the single largest academia group in Telegram with 17,000 plus members. Okay, so all our resources will be shared here on daily basis. Okay, sometimes even hourly basis. All right. So from here, you can download. You just use this search feature. Okay, and you just type template. You can find all the templates here. Okay, everything is given here. Okay, so you can see all of it are given here. So I'll let you guys go and explore. Hopefully it'll be helpful. And then it's also linked to all our free classes. Okay, if you whenever you're free, you can go and watch all the free notes of the past classes as well. Right? This YouTube is still leading to the old one. I've already given you the latest YouTube channel, so you can use that. Okay, so that is clear. Now, for today's class, we are going to focus on topic selection and scouting. Okay, all about research gaps, literature databases, hands-on paper crunching. That means we are literally going to go through a paper and I'm going to teach you how to read a paper using AI. Okay, I know you have gone through many classes so far, many online sharing on how to use AI to read paper is just, read the whole paper at one go and so on. Actually, that is a very wrong method to do. Okay, a lot of people just upload the whole paper and then let everyone, I won't say it wrong. I will discuss about that in a while. So we'll understand better. Okay, but that is towards the end of the class. Lah. Okay, and then after paper reading, what is next? All right. Okay, So this one we can skip, we can go straight here. Okay, so coming to how to select a topic. So this is the first part of the class. Okay, this is the first part of the class. When you're going to start a PhD or master's, the first and foremost thing you have to do is finding a topic, or at least if you already found a topic, you need to know whether the topic is sustainable or not for a long-term PhD and so on. So here, first question when it comes to your topic, you need to ask is it a topic of interest or relatable to one situation or not? Okay, is the topic that you're choosing, okay, relatable or not? Okay, just one moment. We have a lot of movement here. Okay, better. Okay. Okay. All right. So coming back to here. So let me restart again. So before we start into a topic, okay, topic can be various types, okay, various situation, various environment. For some, it come in the sense of a grant. Okay, the grant comes with a topic, so that is easy. You already have a topic that you need to focus on, and you have to find a research gap and so on. Certain people are struggling with topic, they don't know which part to look into. I have clients who, even after 6 months, even after 8 months, 10 months, they haven't got a definitive topic yet, right? The reason is we are not finding, okay, voice is clear. All right, okay. The reason is we're not finding something that is workable. So you have to understand something when it comes to a topic. If you're doing PhD, you only have 3 years. First and foremost, that is your main ultimate aim. You only have 3 years, and you need to understand that 3 years, 3 years is not what they call that. It's not complete. All right, 3 years is not complete. 3 years means you only have about 2.4 to, I would say 2.3, 2.4 years only, because you need to finish your thesis, submit for I won't say examination first, for evaluation to your supervisors. You will get feedback, you need to improve it, then you need to submit for Viva. Examiners will take sometimes 1 to 3 months to get back to you, then examination will be scheduled. So all that needs to take place within 3 years. So you need to understand that within 2 years, 4 months, 2 years, 5 months, your entire thesis must be settled. So that means you must do a topic, you must have RORQ, research objective, research questions that fits in that time scale. All right. So don't get over ambitious first. Second, also don't underdo it. Also, that means do in a PhD level, don't do something that is only fits a master study. All right. So you need to balance it very well. Okay. So one moment. Follow. Okay. So. Sorry, the window is a bit different this time for Zoom, so I'm figuring out what is the difference. Okay, that's better. All right. Okay, so so having that time scale in mind, you need to find out a topic that is relatable to your situation. Some people will come with topic that is related to their organization, to their office, to their work environment, and so on and so forth. Or they want to solve a problem in their workplace, in their organization, something that is related to them. Or they want to create a new technology. So anything can be done. Everything is a good idea as long as your academia and your literature allows it. So whatever you guys come up with topic, remember there must be literature. Okay, don't do something that you know that you want to. Sometimes whatever industry wants, literature might not allow. That also happens. Okay, whatever the industry wants, the literature might not allow. So you need to keep all that in mind. Okay, so once you come up with a topic of interest, you need to see whether it fulfills your goal or not. I'm not going to talk about the negative part today. We can forget that for today. All right, we go on the positive cycle only. So if it fulfills your specific goals, you can use, this is the time you use AI to see whether it's unique and novel or not. I won't suggest to immediately start AI to give you idea, because the flow will tend to recycle all the existing ideas that is actually done already. But the flow will recycle as if it's like very new idea. Okay. What do you literature? Literature not allow means there is no necessary gap to support. There is not actually a real problem that requires you to do PhD. Okay, like example, you want to find a better drill, a better, what they call that, gun to remove a tire. Okay, a gun. That is an industry problem. Okay, that is an industrial application problem that you can easily solve it. That actually doesn't require a PhD. Okay, but certain things you really will need to study theory. You need to create a completely new mechanism, a completely new algorithm. You need to go into engineering principles, create new material. All that requires PhD. Okay, but if you need to improve the motor a bit to make the gun speed go into much quicker to open the bolt, maybe it doesn't necessitate for you to create a PhD. Maybe a master's degree will solve the problem. Maybe a bachelor's degree can solve the problem. So that's why we need to look at the literature, whether the literature requires you to do a PhD or not. To that extent, that 3 years you need to spend to create a new solution altogether. That kind of problem, if you go back to China, they will solve it in 1 week, or maybe 3 days they will solve it. So that's where you need to determine, does this problem requires you to do PhD or not? Okay. All right. So a lot of people start using AI right here. No, don't use AI here. AI will take you in many directions. Most of the directions are already existing ideas. They are not exactly new. All right. All existing recycled ideas only. So I normally will tell people, take your own path first. Once you come to a certain point, you think, this is what maybe I want to look into in terms of scope. Then you start using AI to see whether it's unique and novel or not in terms of idea, whether it's going the right path or not. Okay, then with that idea of AI, you can use Google Scholar to cross-check, which I'll teach you guys today, how to cross-check that. Okay, so how to break down this whole path, how to go into details of doing this. This is how you do it. So first, you pick a topic or questions that you badly want to find answer. All right. Then you can use ChatGPT and Google Scholar. I'm not a fan of ChatGPT. I'm, as a matter of fact, not a fan of AI, because when it comes to research, it's all about factuality and there's a lot of factual errors. So I'm very afraid of using AI. I scared that I'll go wrong and actually end up doing more work. Okay. So, but amongst all of that, I think ChatGPT is still the most powerful. So I still recommend that. And Google Scholar. I'm a fan of Google Scholar. I like Google Scholar because I know how to use it. And it's free. Who doesn't want free? So ChatGPT and Google Scholar combination is a good option, but has its limitations. You need to choose keywords and related terms when you're going to run your literature. Okay. You need to choose keywords and related terms when you search. How to build search strings. Okay. How to build search strings. Carefully use and or not. If you don't know what is and or not, that means you are excessively using AI already. Okay, that means you're not doing proper, complete, comprehensive literature search. Okay, the moment you don't know what is and or not, all right, these are Boolean operators. If you don't know, then please go and learn what is it. Very, very crucial to understand this when you're going to search in Google Scholar, Scopus, or Web of Science databases. All right. So once you build all this, your search string, your keywords, your Boolean operators, and so on, you can go and search and look and get papers. Within the papers, you can look at limitation of study, future study, assumption taken. You can use AI to search for these parts. Okay, I'll tell you how later in research papers. Okay, don't take idea as it is from any AI platform, because mostly will just
Yeah, up to 60 minutes now.
okay. So please don't unmute your mic to all of you guys. There is no ChatGPT prompts to avoid and so on. There's no such thing. All that are bogus story. You just have to keep exploring on it. Even ChatGPT prompting is a research on its own. So you just have to, try. Later, I'll teach you persona prompting. But in terms of what you must exactly do to get the answer, I think whoever tells that is just overselling it. Okay, there is no optimum answer to prompting. You just keep doing until you find the answers that you think fits. How you know it fits? Do a Google Scholar search. If you get a set of literature, if you think what the giving information is correct, you do a counter check in Google Scholar, you do your own experiment. If it's good to go, then whatever you're doing is correct. That's how I determine my cases. Okay. All right. So from the papers, then you read review papers, whatever you have downloaded so far, whether you download from ChatGPT or you download from SciSpace or you download from what do you call that, Google Scholar, Scopus, and so on. You read a lot of review papers. It actually helps. So systematic scoping or narrative review, as long as you can find gaps. Go for latest 3 years papers. And finally, read empirical papers. Okay, very, very important, read empirical papers. These are different segment of what you call literature, different segment of literature, and then you triangulate all the information synthesized from steps 4, 5, and 6. Okay, start with you open a paper. Okay, open a paper, look at the paper. You can look at the limitation of study, the future study, and the assumptions taken in the paper. You can go through the whole paper to look at assumptions, because if you ask AI to get the assumptions for you, it might not be precise. The flow will give a lot of misinformation and so on. So when it comes to assumption, I suggest you to read the paper. What assumptions technically the papers used. Those are all research gaps. So that's the first thing you need to do when you want to look for gap, right? After that, you read review papers. Okay, after you read review papers, systematic scoping or narrative. So first you get the paper, you look at limitation future, and then you want to look at the kind of papers you want to read, start with review papers. After you read the review papers, you already get all the ideas, that is still not enough. You want to get more concrete ideas, then you go to empirical papers. Okay, this is the literature process flow. Okay, all right. So what's your opinion on Scholar GPT? It claims it has access to Google Scholar and PubMed. Okay, all that I don't know. Really, everyone can claiming a lot of things in AI. Okay, a lot of scammy things going on in AI. Everyone, even if it's not AI, also a bit of automation is there. They call it AI. So a lot of people asking me today, is that software okay? Is this software okay? And so on and so forth. Let me give you all a quick explanation. So you have two different types of software. You have, I would say, the mother software. Okay, it's like ChatGPT, Perplexity. Okay, then you have Cloud. Then you have what is DeepSeek. Okay, DS. You have DeepSeek and so on. These guys are the providers. Okay, these guys have huge resources of cloud. Okay, the biggest is ChatGPT. This guy is the ultimate star. This guy is a front runner. Okay, it's like Microsoft Windows versus everything else. Most people still using Apple lah. Microsoft Windows and Apple versus all other OS, whatever OS that is there. Okay, but Microsoft Windows for Windows laptop, Windows PCs, Windows machines versus what do you call that? Apple OS for Apple machines. These are the top bosses. Then you have many other OSs. If you want to use, you can use. Same goes that here. Okay. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Cloud, DeepSeek, and many more. These guys own the cloud. They are the providers. Gemini, okay. Gemini is one more, definitely. Okay, Gemini is one more. These guys are all providers. Okay, they have their own cloud. They have their own brain. They have their own model. Okay, their own AI models. Everything they have, resources, hardware, architecture, algorithm, software, everything, every single thing, server farms they have. So these guys are the major players. Okay, that's why I like to use one of them. I've tested Perplexity, I've tested Cloud, I've tested DeepSeek, I've done all the videos. If you guys have not seen my TikTok videos, I think DeepSeek also I've done already. You can go here. I think DeepSeek is here. Let me see. No, this is too far. There you go. DeepSeek. This is part 2. They have part 1. This is part 1. This is part 2. ChatGPT versus DeepSeek. And then we also did perplexity somewhere down here. Uh, was it this? I think, no, not this. I think, this one. I think it's either this or this. I used the perplexity to run experiment. You guys can have a look how it hallucinates. Hallucinates quite badly, even more worse than ChatGPT from my experience. Okay, so let me go down here. Okay, so these are all I would say mother AIs lah. All right, down here. Okay, down here is what we have: Jenny AI, SciSpace. What is the other one? Lead map. Then we have consensus. Then we have Elicit, PaperPal. Yes, PaperPal. PaperPal and SciSpace, I think, connected, and so on and so forth. Okay. I have spoken to many of them here. Okay. I don't speak to these people. These people are too big. Okay. They're not bothered to talk to us. Okay. And they already have hundreds of millions of customers. Okay. These guys are the top players. These guys, most of the time, don't have their own cloud. They don't have their own machines. They don't have their own model. Okay. What they do is, example, I spoke to Jenny AI. Jenny AI uses cloud and ChatGPT most of the time. Same goes to the rest. I don't want to speak for each and every one, whichever Scholar GPT, all other GPT, all the small ones that is coming up every day, right? Those are all using mother GPTs here because they don't have the money to build server farm. One time Microsoft comes here in Malaysia, they want to invest. I mean, each time they come and invest server farm, like Malaysia recently, Microsoft investing, I think, more than 2 to 3 billion USD. Okay, that is in Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. That is how much they're investing. Perplexity is being funded by Amazon Cloud, DeepSeek. Definitely, we know who's the funding. Gemini is Google. These guys are all big players. Then the small players here are the one using their brain, but just using different hands and legs. That's it. Okay. So that's why I always tell students, why bother going to all this? Okay. Why wasting money here? You can get all the resources done here and then combine it free with Google Scholar. Settle, finish the problem. Okay. You don't need all this because whatever the fella doing here, the fella using this brain. So as long as you know how to use the brain, you can do it on your own. You can do your own micro tooling. Okay, you can do your own customized tooling if you want to. So example, this is my channel, my ChatGPT. Okay, and this is my own GPT that I designed. All right, that I optimized, that I prompted. Shit, sorry. Yeah, that I prompted for my own functions. All right, that one is what do you call that? Is optimized for my own function. So that's why if you want to pay, you pay. You want to use, you use. It's fine, but don't think that these tools here are hallucination free. That they don't give fake information. They do. All right, they do. All these people are using one of these major brains here. Maybe I have not listed some of it here. Maybe I don't remember all of it. But these people are inadvertently, like it or don't like it, one way or another, connected to these people here. All right, these people here. So that's why I ask you, I always advise, go back to the source. Go back to the origin. Hallucination, misinformation, disinformation, fake information, you cannot avoid. Okay, that is the DNA of AI. That is the very DNA of AI. That's how AI will work. It will lie. It will fake up information. They say if with proper prompting, it won't fake. There is no such thing. I will teach you today my micro level prompting. Okay, section by section prompting, persona prompting. Even then, the flow will give you a lot of misinformation. You cannot avoid that. It's just how it is. It's like how humans will always fall sick, right? Same thing. You cannot avoid it. There's no superhumans. I mean, as far as we know lah. God or not, we don't know lah. All right. So Let me see. Got more comments here. Grok 3 also hallucinates really badly. Sometimes it literally invents a link to a website. Invent a link to a website. Wow. That doesn't actually generate entire paragraph content. Okay. I've already completed my write-up. May I use AI to proofread? No, if you use AI to proofread 13 AI, you'll be 100%. You just first thing, two things you need to remember. Never put your information into AI. Never. All right. The flow will tell you, the flow will give you, you can click anonymous private uploading and so on. I don't trust this place. Okay. I don't trust any, including ChatGPT. I don't trust. Okay. Because we don't know how truthful they are. They keep telling all communications encrypted, but you keep getting a lot of calls from advertisement. Don't trust this when they say. If I were you, I won't upload your RO, your RQ, your framework, your research idea, anything onto AI. Why do I say that? Because the DNA of AI is to learn. The fly have to learn. Then only the fly become better. Okay, it's like a baby. You're telling a baby, you today don't learn. Okay, you sit down here today, whatever you do, you don't learn. Your job is not to learn today. Will it stop learning? It will never stop learning. You like it or don't like it, the fly have to learn. So when the fly learn, what happens? The fly have all your information ready. We are thinking twice to give our thesis to our colleague because we scared our information is so confidential, right? But we are giving it online where hundreds of millions of people can access it. You prompt it right, you can get the other person's idea already. I've done it before. I have seen my client's paper coming out online, exact same RO. Last year classes I shared it. RO coming out exactly the research question that she haven't even published yet because she used AI to proofread. Okay, so don't upload your document. You want to get information, what downstream is okay. Don't upload. Downstream is fine. Take as many as you want. Don't upload your information. Save your confidentiality. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, your 13 AI lah. 13 AI, all the humanizing tools we have tested already. None of it works. End up you have to paraphrase the whole thing. So you proofread with it, come down, and then you have to paraphrase one more time. That defeats the whole proofreading. Proofread on your own. Okay, all right. Even 13 website, you go and read, the flow will say, if you use Grammarly, 13 AI won't pick it up. It will pick up. We have seen many cases. Even until last week, we have seen cases. Okay, from 17%, their original 13 AI became 69%, became 78% after using Grammarly. So be careful lah when you guys are using it. Once your damage is done, then they have to go back to the original version again. Okay. What are the criteria of novelty? Novelty means something that people never did before. Lah. That is the criteria. There must be something completely new, but to the extent of being new, that is where you need to judge. How complex must it be? So it must be a work that requires you to do about 2 years plus to almost 3 years. So that is where you need to go. That is where you need to evaluate how depth your study must be. Okay. All right. So clear. I hope AI part is clear. So stop asking everyone. Stop listening to people who is telling this AI is better than that AI. That AI is better than this AI. That AI is better than this AI. It's all a complete waste of time. Okay. Stick to one AI, ChatGPT. Finish. DeepSeek. Finish. Stick to it. Use it. You should know every information that AI is giving you. 70%, 40%, 80% probability it's lying. Or even it's creating like what Nabil is saying, Grok 3 is creating a new URL that never even exists. It is its DNA. Okay, it's disappointing for a lot of students because, these are things that AI providers and AI people who are selling software every day promoting, they don't tell, but this is the truth. Okay, so whatever you take, take with a pinch of salt, take with a pinch of salt and go and counter check. So that's what I'm going to show you today, how to do that. All right, so let's go to ChatGPT. So, excuse me. So I'm going to use this particular paper. I'm going to run an experiment with you guys. I'm going to use this paper. This is an Elsevier paper. Very, very powerful paper. International Journal of Information Management. All right. Information system capabilities. The paper is focusing on this topic, information system capabilities, which is your software, your tools, your techniques, whatever that you use, information system capabilities, and how does that impacts a firm's performance? How using software, tools, and so on improve a firm's business performance? Okay, that's what the paper is looking into. Opening the black box through decision-making performance and business process performance. Is basically adding two new mediators, two new processes. They adding this process and this process to evaluate whether IS and firm performance, the connectivity becomes better or not. Okay, whether the impact is purely translatable or not. Okay, that's what the paper is all about. Okay, this is a very good paper. So from here, I want to generate a new idea. So I go to ChatGPT. Okay, so this is my ChatGPT. I use 4.0 Premium. Since I'm teaching, I don't want to use free version. Okay, whether free version versus whether should you buy or not. See, I'm not selling ChatGPT. I don't need to. They are too big. Okay, they are too big. But whether you want to use free or paid, I've done a video on that also. You guys can watch. Mana? It should be somewhere. Okay, one of the videos here, I have taught free or paid AI. This is unique prompting. Okay, how to prompt. Here you go. Free or paid AI tool for thesis and journal. Okay, so you can go and check this out. All right, so let me just give the link. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just recovering from falling very ill quite badly. Okay, so that is the link. You guys can go and watch and evaluate for yourself whether you should pay or not pay. That is totally up to you guys. But since I'm teaching, I want to teach based on paid version. Okay, so you don't need AI PDF, chat PDF, separate software. Literature review, illicit consensus, separate software. The free version is very limited. It's already hallucinating. It's already lying a lot. And then you guys go and use free version some more. That is a lot of risk to take. A lot of risk. All right. So everything can be done here. Paper reading, literature review, whatever you can find, the flag can give you, well, not all of it, but at least some of it. Sorry. Not all of it, but at least some of it. So I'm using this to read the paper. Okay. So I'm using persona prompting. Okay. I believe most of you know what is persona prompting. Okay. So I'm making ChatGPT as a persona. Okay. As a person. If you were to read this paper, this particular paper, what are the new research scopes can be created based on this paper? Right? So then the flag give me all this breakdown. The flag give me number one, extending model to other emerging economies, industry-specific studies, longitudinal studies, role of artificial intelligence, impact on organization culture, exploring role, human resource, customer-centric, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have about 10 different ideas. So now we analyze a few of it, okay, a few of it. So ChatGPT and Google Scholar combo hands-on. So this is the outcome from there. Okay, firstly, we look at this. Extending the model to other emerging economies. All right. So for people who don't understand the impact of this, you have to understand that just taking a model, okay, from Turkey and apply it from Turkey, just apply it in Malaysia, it won't work. All right. You need to extend the model. All right. You need to extend. This extending the model means the first just apply it. I'm talking about copy and pasting here, and then you're optimizing and further developing. Okay, further develop it. So the study focuses on firms in Turkey and emerging economy. Future research can explore how IS capabilities affect firm performance in other emerging markets. See, they just say, copy this and paste it in India, Brazil, or Nigeria and see how it works. That's not PhD. Okay, whichever university is giving PhD for this, then you have to think twice that whether you want to get PhD from that particular university or not. Okay, proper university will never give you a PhD just by taking a model, applying a different country, and then getting PhD. It won't work that way. Okay, it should not work that way. You must fine tune, you must add more variable, you must add more perspective to that particular country, to that particular demographic. You should change according to that particular demographic. Okay, so then, so this idea, okay, if you analyze it carefully, this is a crappy idea. Like I said, don't simply take idea from AI and then just use it. All right, we need to analyze it as well. Industry-specific studies. Okay, the study takes a broad approach covering multiple industries. So they're saying, okay, take the same framework, go to healthcare, manufacturing, fintech. Also won't work. You have to take the framework, optimize it, change it according to other industries, right? Other perspectives. You need to add other variables. You need to bring in other components that is related to that industry. Then it's worth. Okay. So these two are not really a great idea. So don't simply take it at face value lah. Now this one, these two are good ideas. Okay, these two. Longitudinal studies on IS investments. Okay, they are bringing in sustained IS investment as a potential variable. Sustained IS investments. Okay, to achieve long-term competitive advantages. Then the flow is also introducing artificial intelligence emerging technologies. Okay, on decision-making performance, business process performance. They say, okay, now include artificial intelligence also into the framework and see how it goes. Okay, these two are ideas worth exploring. So how do you explore? Okay, once you get this, what do you do? Can someone tell me in the chat box? Don't unmute your mic. In the chat box, tell me if you get this kind of idea. Okay, the place say, okay, go add these sustained IS investments and then make a new framework and then go. You'll get PhD ready. Or let's say just go add artificial intelligence. Go. Add the variable AI and go. You should be okay. You'll get PhD. What do you guys must do? Tell me in the chat box. What would be your next course of action? Literature review. Okay. Run an LR. Okay. 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 Fantastic. Good, guys. Very good. Okay. Very positive to hear that. So you go straight to Google Scholar. All right. Go straight to Google Scholar. Open up. Go advanced search. You already know your key variables, right? So you go to the burger button here, click advanced search, and this will open up. All right. So from here, with all of the words, okay, you put your firm performance and information system together. All right. So you already have this. This is your main title of the paper. All right. Information system, firm performance. Now, ChatGPT told you sustained investment. So I take sustained investment here with the exact phrase, sustained investments. Okay. So I search. Okay. So we get all these papers. So we got sustained investments. We got sustained investment. You can see paper here, sustained investment information system was already explored 1992. Was already. Okay. Then information system, internal organization, a study of Dow Chemical Company, sustained investment, information system, firm strategy, explored already also in 1992. Okay. Sustained investment information system. If you go down further, you can look at one particular paper. Yeah, this paper. Conceptualizing and researching the adoption of ICT and the impact on socio-economic development. Sustained investments, information systems, business activities. This paper also done it already. Okay. Or already explored already. So many papers here already exploited sustained investment. That's why I say when AI gives you, it is not a new idea. It is the just what you call the refrying the fries for you. Okay, remember McDonald's fries, right? The just refrying the fries, refiring the fries for you. That's it. You need to take the fries and you need to evaluate whether these fries you can eat or not. So that is what we are doing here. That's how we use Google Scholar to evaluate. But from here, we know sustained investment is already a very well-known topic with ICT, with business activities and so on. People have done it already. So then what do you do? Okay. What do you guys do if this is a situation? This is as new as 2016. So you already know that firm performance, sustained investments, business activities. Okay. Let's say ask again ChatGPT for idea, find future work, look for limitation gap. Use the paper as a seed. That's a very good point. Okay, use the paper as a seed. Excuse me. Okay, look for emerging topics related. Okay. Add more variables. One way to go. SLR we can do. Sustained investment is just a variable. They'll have tons of definition under that, like sustained investment. We don't need to go under that. Don't worry about the definition. I'm just talking about, take that as variable A. Okay, don't even bother what is sustained investment. Okay, and ask ChatGPT to access. Okay, limit the research by year. Okay, first thing you need to do is snowballing. Okay, someone told go into future research. That's very, very good. Okay, so from here, you jump right here. Okay, you look at these two buttons here, cited by 130 and related articles. You go and open up this. This will lead you to more papers. Okay, more papers. And then you can filter according to the time here, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and whatnot. Okay, so these are all the papers that took place, okay, as of now. So you can even go as new as 2024 to see what happened that are related to sustained investments, or they call that firm performance, IS information systems, and so on. From here, you can start jumping into research gaps and so on, all right? So this is all related work, okay? Related work, you'll even get the old papers also, 2005, 2011, 2015. This is backward and forward snowballing in both direction. This is only forward snowballing. Okay, that means this is only forward snowballing. This is both directions, all related articles. Okay, once you take this, you take whatever articles that is related to you. Then we also had the idea, all latest related people, ask ChatGPT to assess. You can, no, nothing wrong with that. Definitely can do. But remember, always remember, hallucination. Whatever papers you ask the floor to assess without you reading it, you are basically increasing your risk level because you don't know the content is true or not. Okay, you don't know whether whatever the flood telling you is actually happen or actually real or not. Okay, so my advice to you, whatever papers you download from here, read on your own first. You need to read. Then only you will know whether it's legit or not. Then you can use ChatGPT for the flood to write for you or read for you. Everything you can do, but you need to know the content first. That's very, very important to know. All right. So that's how you move on. Now let's go to the artificial intelligence one. Okay. So this one clear already, how to go forward. This is the artificial intelligence. Same thing. So we got one is sustained investments. One more is artificial intelligence. So we go back here. We look at firm performance information system and artificial intelligence, right? So we search this. And we get all these papers. Okay, influence artificial intelligence, firm performance, then business AI-based transformation projects, information management, effect of management information system, organizing performance, manufacturing firms, artificial intelligence is already there. That is a complete paper, role of artificial intelligence-based management information system, enhance organizational performance, organization, firm, you can take it whichever way you want, like it's all synonyms, okay? So this is a paper that already done fully, whatever AI proposed. That's why don't take anything at face value. From here again, you can go and do snowballing. Okay, all this you can do snowballing. This is too new as a seed paper because you don't get anything cited. So you cannot really do a snowballing. Excuse me. But this is another good example. Employing artificial intelligence management system to improve business efficiency. Also very, very related. Very, very similar. Okay, so it's not really new. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's not nowhere close to be new. But from here, you can do a lot of snowballing. From here, you can start collecting your papers, and you have to read the papers first. Okay, if you feel that you don't like to read papers, at the least you should at least glance through the papers, because once you upload, I'll show you later in the real experiments. Okay, so that part is clear. Any questions so far? So we already showed the cross-checking. We already showed Google Scholar Advanced Search, okay, which is quite helpful. If you don't want to use Boolean here, you can use Advanced Search. Okay, all right. So that is clear. Now this part is done. Any questions? Okay, that's a very good question, Hala. So part of my prompting later, okay, I also include that. That is a must for me. Okay, that is a very, very, very important requirement for me. So I will show that later. Okay. So we can close this, close this. There's no more questions here. Oh, so you can click both. Ada, you can click both. Nothing wrong. You can go through both. The more the paper, the more merrier you will be. Okay, because you know you have very good articles to look at. You have seeding, good seeding done. All right, so we leave that. Now let's go to the next part. Okay, now you already kind of know your topic. You already kind of know which direction you want to take. If you go through this, okay, you have a seed paper. From there, you do snowballing. And then now you are reading. And then you are going in a direction already. Okay, you're heading towards that already. So now, see, remember, I never go to ChatGPT and ask the floor to give me a seed paper. I go and find, not seed paper. Give me a topic. I go and find that what I like to work on. Okay, what I like to work on. From there, I take the paper, I come and upload to this Fleur. I told the Fleur, okay, now you tell me what can we do. Okay, so then the Fleur give me all the options. Then I take the options, I go and do my own reading. Then I come back. Next, what do? I go into research gaps. So now I figure out what kind of research gaps I need to understand. Okay, or what kind of gaps I need to find. So we have evidence gaps, we have empirical gaps, we have knowledge gap, we have methodological gap, and we have a theoretical gap and population gap. Okay, so evidence gap is basically looking into contradicting papers, contradicting results. One paper say yes, one paper say no for the exact same research. So that is evidence gap. Empirical gap is basically lack of empirical research. People doing mathematics all the time, software all the time, no real field experiment. That's empirical gap. Knowledge gap is mostly for education area. Methodological gap, maybe you want to do this particular study, but you don't know what is the right methodology to use. So then you invent the methodology. That can also be a contribution. Okay. Next is theoretical gap. Theoretical gap is the most common one. Okay, you go build framework, come back, collect data. You know this is a theoretical gap. You run the data, do the discussion to address the theoretical gap. That is the most common one. Population gap is more qualitative, is more policy and so on. So you should know what kind of gap you're looking for. What are you aiming for when you're reading a paper? Okay, so then how do you do it? These are the methods. So I've already taught you citation analysis, which I did just now. Which I did just now. The snowballing and stuff. Content analysis, I'll be teaching you in a while. Okay. Meta-analysis, don't use. It's quite complicated. All right. Systematic reviews, future research limitation. Everyone keep mentioning that. That's a very good technique. Systematic review is another way to go also. In a one particular topic, systematic review. Okay. So citation analysis is what I told you. Use snowballing. I don't use AI tools to do snowballing because AI tools are not comprehensive enough. Okay, I can see example in lead map for the very same paper. Lead map will tell me there are only 50 papers snowballing. I've done the experiment. The lead map is okay. Okay, I won't say it's a bad tool, but it's not really very strong. And I've done the experiments. I think maybe 2 years ago. I've already done it. Maybe this year I'll redo it again. Okay, I'll do another version on that. So that's why I prefer to use Google Scholar. Google Scholar is very comprehensive, very, very comprehensive. All the information is there and all the citation connection is there because Google is controlling the whole internet. So the flood connecting all the dots is easy for the flood. That's why Google Scholar is very, very comprehensive. Nothing can beat that. Okay. Now from the from this part, I already told you, you can do cited by related articles. You also got Google Scholar PDF reader, paper reader. How many of you don't know about this? Are everyone aware of Google Scholar's PDF reader? It's free. Okay, it's free. Quite useful also. Okay. So you can go and check out my video here. Excuse me. So here you go there. Google Scholar PDF reader. Okay, so this is the link to my TikTok. If you have not following yet, you can go and follow. You're on the road to 100K followers very soon. Okay, so it's free. Google Scholar, so I say there are a lot of free resources that students don't know. It's being massively hidden, okay, by all these people who are selling software. They are standing at the front, they're pushing AI, while there's a lot of tool in the background that are completely free. Okay, Google Scholar PDF reader, Scopus Web of Science, your universities are paying it, you can use that. Then we have ChatGPT. ChatGPT alone, I think it's worth to pay, to be honest to you guys. Because you want something to help you as an assistant, I think that's more than enough. Okay, that's actually more. You don't need this, that. Literature matrix also you can do with ChatGPT. If you prompt it right, even the flood gives you literature matrix. But hallucination, fake information, that one you guys have to check. You cannot escape from there. All right. If you just take copy and paste, you are in problem already. Any AI the same. Okay. All right. So that is citation analysis. Then we go to content analysis. Content analysis is after citation analysis. That means you already get all the papers. Then you go through the content. That's content analysis. I'll teach about this, how to use AI to help you and so on. And at the same time, if to read it yourself, you can also go through this particular paper. Okay, this particular paper is quite helpful because it teaches you how to do content analysis of a paper, or how to actually read it. Okay, now coming to this particular step, whatever I'm teaching you now, okay, whatever I'm teaching you now, it's applicable throughout your whole journey. Okay, don't think only at the initial part, the proposal part, you do literature, and then after that, no problem, you don't need to redo it again. Literature is a continuous process you do from the beginning until the end. Okay, and when you start your 10 pages proposal here, follow the method when I tell you. Always do 10 pages proposal when it comes to your chapter 1 to 3. When it comes to your PhD. This is my 12 steps consulting framework for PhD master's students for their thesis and publications. Okay, these are the steps that we follow very closely. Okay, so always start with your 10 pages proposal. Okay. Okay, Anas, you can get in touch with me later. Okay, you can WhatsApp me. Let me see how I can help you. Okay. All right. So coming back to this. So 10 pages proposal. Why this is important? A lot of people try to skip this. They want to go straight. Even when I talk to students every day, they straight away want to go to step 2. Don't do that. Don't think of this as an extra work. This is a very, very crucial work. This is your platform. Okay, this is your platform. Even if grant and you still need to do 10 because grant and title is nothing. Okay, title is nothing without the body. All right, title is absolutely rubbish without the body, because this is the body. This is where you create all the essential content. or your conceptual framework, your RORQ, your theory, your problem statement, your methodology, all that will be refined in 10 pages. Why is that important? You need to understand PhD you're not going to do, and then you're going to go and see the examiners. No, in between there's a person called supervisor. Okay, you need to go through him or her, they need to approve it. And you got like a bunch of supervisors, right? So when you build 10 pages proposal, your RORQ, your framework, your, what do you call that? Your framework, your methodology, your theory, all these things, you will need approval from your supervisor. So you don't do chapters 1 to 3 and then give it to your supervisor, ask for approval. Imagine there are 100 pages. Okay, and then give to the person, and the person say, no, I don't agree. I don't like it. Go change. You think people never go through that? Any of you never went through that? You write so much, you go and see your supervisors, and then your supervisors give you feedback that you have to change a lot of things. How many of you here faced that before? There you go. Okay, there you go. It's part of learning curve. Okay, so to minimize that damage, this step is very important. This step is very, very important. All right, this step will shield you. You will still get that. That thing will explode in front of your face. Okay, like you will explode. You cannot avoid that. But at least it explodes in only 10 pages proposal. So you don't have much to go and redo. Imagine 100 pages completely cannot use. You have to throw everything. Or you have to redo everything. Redoing 100 pages is hell on earth. It's not easy. So always build this securely. Secure yourself first before you go and write chapters 1 to 3. Get them to agree with this. They like the direction, they like where you're heading towards. They're comfortable, openly discuss with them. If they don't like it, they throw at your face. Okay, at least you know that you're not on the right path at the very, very early stage. This is to protect yourself. Okay, this is because you have to understand students and they have everything to lose. They have money to lose, they have time to lose, they have semesters to lose, they have everything to lose. Supervisors have nothing to lose. Okay, like it or don't like it, they have their life running. Okay, but in your case, it is not. So you need to protect. You need to really open up and say, okay, sir, this is what I want to do. This is my 10 pages proposal. So they also, your supervisor can easily go through quickly and tell, okay, I don't like this direction. Change the direction. I don't agree with this at all. Okay, so be smart, work smart. That's why we always, when we coach students and consult students, we will tell, do 10 pages first. Don't go chapter 1 to 3. Some of them don't want to listen. When they don't want to listen, we don't do their project. We don't work with them. We'll say, Naman, you go. Okay? We don't even want to help. It's okay. Because we know it's going to be trouble. Okay? Because end of the day, the biggest, most important person in your journey is your supervisor. You like it or don't like it. Okay? It's your supervisor. You have to make sure your supervisor is happy all the time. All right. So once it's approved, then you go to chapter 1 to 3. I've given all the timeline here, the timeline required for you to finish every part. Finish your chapters 1 to 3, about 50 to 80 pages. I think that's more than enough. Don't need to go 100 pages of chapter 1 to 3, 150, 120. Too much. It's a proposal. How much can you write in a proposal? It's a proposal. Okay. So from there, then you do your proofreading. Okay, proofreading, as I told you, if can, don't use AI to proofread. Don't upload your document. It's your idea, your framework, your RORQ, your theory, how everything comes together. You're uploading into a third-party platform that you're not sure whether the floor really will keep it private or not. If you don't, if there's no privacy button, 100% other people can access. Okay, if I prompt it right, very related to what you're doing, I can get all your answers. Please be careful. If you're using Grammarly to proofread, can. No problem. But Grammarly, when you proofread, don't accept the full rewriting. The full rewriting part is where Turnitin AI will go up. Okay? All right? Or you can hire a human. Up to you. Many humans out there to proofread. This is something that we do as part of our step, but we always leave it to our client to choose. Okay, once this part settled, immediately work on your publication. Don't wait for later. Immediately crunch your systematic review and conceptual review. You need to. All right. Why? Because nowadays a paper takes nothing less than 1 year. Most average, nothing less than 1 year to accept. Some is taking more than 1.5 years also. All right. Yeah, later I'll show you some examples. All right. So start writing early and submit as early as possible. Excuse me. Okay, then this is something that we do very frequently. We prepare our clients for defense. Okay, so they know how to go and defend themselves after their proposal development and so on. Then address all the corrections from the proposal defense and then not break, go to data collection. After your proposal defense, you want to take a break, maximum 1 week. Don't make that 1 week into 6 months or 1 year break. I've seen that before also happening. So be very, very careful. Then from there, collect your data. Okay, we work on SPSS, Smart, PLS, AMOS, and Vivo, Atlas TI, Python, many different things. Okay. Okay, then chapter 4 and 5, alignment, combining all chapter 1 to 5. You want to write more papers, you can write here, empirical papers and so on. This is where you write it. That's why I say don't wait until you finish your data, combine all the chapters, then you write the papers. Don't do that. Because here and here, it's very close. Your Viva is here already. This is very short time. You won't have enough time to get your paper accepted. If your graduation requirement must have paper, then you better do it much, much earlier. Right? That's our normal strategy for our clients. All right. Then this proofreading, I always advise to hire human being. The final one. The proposal one, I won't really sell it. Okay. If you want, can. If you don't want, also, I don't think it's a big damage. But this one is a very big damage. Okay, it's a very big damage because this is where you need to get your humans to proofread and give feedback whether your thesis is making sense or not. You need that. You really, really need that. Okay. We, at every stage of our proofreading, we will give lifetime language warranty and definitely a certificate. Okay, lifetime language warranty. That means you don't need to worry about your language going wrong and so on. Okay, then from there, prepare for Viva slide, prepare Viva training. We do this all the time. And then Viva and then come out. I recently taught how to also address correction. Okay. One of our clients that we are coaching, I shared the experience of that. You can watch the video here. Here. 28 pages of examiner comments, how to respond to it, how to actually tackle it. Okay, so you can have a look if you want to. Okay, this one I don't want to go through. This one is fine. I've already explained that earlier. This one we can skip. Okay, coming back to this, how do we normally assist students? How do we normally coach students? We got two different methods. One is coaching mode. Okay, we comprehensively coach them step by step, segment by segment, section by section. And full consulting mode. Full consulting mode is more content editing related. Okay, all right. Yes, you can, Afiq. You can. No harm on that. You can. You can use that. Just that the timing is slightly shorter. Timing is slightly shorter compared to PhD for masters. Ethical approval, very hectic. Need to go so many steps. Already 6 months, not yet getting approval. Experimental study on human. Yeah. Memang. This ethical need to go NMRR, is it? Norazlina? Okay. So this publication, how long can it take typically? Then NMRR will take time. NMRR, actually, there is a trick to do it. I mean, we do a lot of NMRR. But yeah, the process is tedious because human can. Yeah. Okay. So coming to this publication part, these are some of the papers I can show you. Okay, that we consulted for client. This is a systematic review, Islamic financial industry, Q2 impact factor 3.0, ESCI, not SSCI. Scopus systematic review, 7 rejections before the acceptance, 1 year, 3 months to accept. This is one more. This is SCIE. This is full-fledged Web of Science SCIE from Dr. Nasir, who graduated towards end of last year from Warwick University, UK. Our client as well for a very long time. Q1 impact factor 5.8. Zero rejection, but took about 9 months to get acceptance. This is my own paper. This one, I'm an author here. This is a group project that we did. Q1 impact factor 10.8, SCIE, Scopus, both also. Systematic review, 3 rejection took us almost 2 years and 2 months to get accepted because it's very, very high impact paper. And then this is another good example from Also, this is from which we consulted. Q3 impact factor 0.4, 0.6. took about 11 months to accept. So you can see typically it's around a year, sometimes more, sometimes less. We have also seen 1.5 years and so on. We have also seen 7-8 months. Okay. So anyone selling you online 24 hours acceptance, 1 month acceptance, so they can actually tell you how long exactly a paper get accepted, you better step away lah. Okay, it's definitely scam, right? Now going into literature databases. Okay, literature databases. We will go towards the end, then we take a quick break. All right. Okay, all the gaps are clear. Which databases to use, because now the students use more databases from Consensus, LEC, and so on. They don't go old school. Actually, they need to go old school because a lot of papers are missing from these AI platforms, which they don't realize. Most of the papers are behind firewall, okay, that you need university access to read them. If you need university access to read them, then how would you expect AI to read them? Think logically, all right? So these are all the databases out there when it comes to publication. Okay, Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar, blah, 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 medical, engineering, social sciences, and so on. Okay. I've put all of them into a template you can download from my Telegram group. All right. Emerald, you don't need separately because Emerald is going to be in Web of Science, Scopus, or Google Scholar. So you don't need separately for Emerald. No need to worry. Okay, it's not that big. It's not as big as Science Direct and so on. Okay, so literature search databases. These are all the databases link I've given here. Okay, I've given here. You can download this template from Telegram group. Okay. So which one to actually use? Okay, this is enough. You don't need to use all of this. Like I said, Emerald, right? Emerald, IEEE, Explore, IMAX, Science Direct, all of these, you don't need to go separately. It's too much. Scopus, Web of Science, if you have access, you can. Okay. Or Google Scholar. It has everything. Okay. It has enough information for you to go and get the papers. All right. Okay. So that is that. And for you guys who don't know how to use Scopus or Web of Science to search for papers, I have the classes on my Facebook page. I've shared you early of the class how to go and access those classes. I've already shared here how to search in Scopus, how to search in Web of Science. If you guys missed out the early part of the class, here is the link. And also, if you want to join Telegram group, this is the link. Okay. Yeah, that is the link which will take you everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to go into hands-on paper crunching. All right, so before we go into this, let's take 5 minutes break. We come back. This is my persona prompting that I built for you guys. Okay, so before I go into it, how many of you here read a paper? You guys, I mean, using AI, I won't say wrong or right, because we are being brainwashed into using it, so it's okay. But let's say if you're using it, how many of you here upload the full paper? Okay, upload the full paper and then ask them to summarize it all at one go. Just upload, nothing wrong. You guys can answer, don't worry. Okay, it's not judgmental, don't worry. Okay, just upload, ask them to what do you call that, summarize. That's it. Okay, I know everyone does. Okay, almost everyone, not only these many people, the rest don't do? You make on your own logo? That's impressive. That's impressive. Sometimes, okay. I mean, who doesn't want easy way out, right? We are humans. We are wired for easy way out, okay? But that easy way out, okay, let's be practical, okay? Let's be practical. We are humans. Most of us want easy way out, okay? Not everyone, I know, okay? But for those who wants that, you summarizing the whole paper on AI at one go, that means you upload, say, summarize the whole paper for me. That's actually wrong. Okay, that's not the right way to do it. Not ethically. I don't care about that. That you take and keep. Today, ethics, we keep it outside. Okay, we don't talk about ethics. I'm talking about technicality. It is wrong. Okay, it is already, okay, someone Imagine like this, you have a kid, okay? You have a kid. Yes, you're right, HP Pro. You have a kid who lies all the time. Not you lah, someone personally has kid who lies all the time. Do you give information to the fly and tell the fly you read everything and tell me without you checking, without you looking at it, everything? Do you do that? Think of it that way. Okay, think of an answer for that. I will come back and then we go through this. Okay, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay, so let's start back. Which database is suitable for management accounting? Okay. Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus. All the study. These three are the most important ones. Must go through. Okay, is it proper ChatGPT rewrite, paraphrase, instead Quillbot? All going to lead to Turnitin AI. 100%. I've done all the videos already. So you can see this. You can see where's the other one? I've done it somewhere here. Here, there you go. Okay, Quillbot. It's all the same. At least Quillbot, you don't need to worry about your content being stolen. But when you use AI, your content will be stored. So be very careful, lah. All right. Okay, how can I check AI for plagiarism? Turnitin AI? Only Turnitin. This is the recent one I uploaded. Stealth Writer versus Turnitin AI. You can see AI detection in any other software is all not reliable. When you scan back in Turnitin AI, it'll be showing like 70 to 100%. So like it or don't like it, all universities are still using Turnitin AI. Try to scan back in Turnitin AI. Please do not buy the Turnitin from Shopee or any other third-party sources. Don't buy and use it, because if you mistakenly upload it into repository, you have bigger problems. It'll be always showing 100% in other institution. To remove it from the repository is another task. It's very difficult. It's not easy. Very difficult. Okay. So try not to use Turnitin from Shopee. Be very careful. Okay. I've seen people suffered because of that. We have to paraphrase the whole thing back because of that, because student mistakenly uploaded, stored into repository and so on. Okay, so be very careful on that. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, so now we are going into the almost the final segment of the class. Very important segment: how to read paper using AI and how to actually properly analyze it. So if you look at this literature summary, this is a template I've given in the Telegram group. You can download it. Here I've broken down the template on how to read a paper and how to summarize the paper. It's the same paper, same exact paper, which we are going through in the whole class. I've given down points how to shortlist this. I mean, how to summarize it. Okay, this one I did my own summarization of the paper, my own reading and summary lah. Okay, all right. So this is like a baseline for you, like how, when you read a paper, how to summarize it. This is a baseline for you and an example for you. From this, I came up with this. All right. So if you see, my prompting to read a paper, okay, is to go section by section. Is not to read the whole thing altogether and then ask for research gap. That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Okay. Why? Because when you look at a paper, like this, okay, the introduction and the literature review are related to the present problem of the paper. Okay, you're going into a problem. Okay, not coming out of a problem. Okay, so if I want to conceptualize it for you, okay, if this is a problem, okay, if this is a problem, and you are reading a paper on how this problem was solved, so intro and literature review is going into the problem. Okay, and method will tell you how this problem was solved. And the result and discussion is the outgoing of the solution. Okay. When you ask to summarize the whole paper at one go, AI will also summarize gaps from this LR, which is already solved in this paper. But the flow will give you a research gap from this, which is existing, already done in this paper. Introduction also, or the whole thing. The flow will give you research gap from this introduction that is already done in this paper, but you'll be getting that back again because you asked the flow to summarize the whole thing. And then you'll get more research gaps from this. So the real method is you have to read it segment by segment, so you can articulate what information you want. You can optimize what information you want, right? So let me go through this prompt on actual ChatGPT. So 1.2, go up here, upload the paper. Ask the floor, if you're carrying out a PhD thesis, would you consider the attached paper as a reference? If yes, what are the quality criteria do you consider? Someone asked me at the early stage of this class today, do we need to check the impact factor, or how do we check the impact factor of the paper? Very good question. All of you should always check what papers you are reading. Okay, similar to the food that you eat, you check, right, how clean it is, whether it's good food or not, what ingredients, because you are eating it. All right, so you want good food to be eaten, so your body is healthy. Same goes to your thesis. When you put in useless papers, your thesis will become useless. So you need to put in good, strong, high impact papers as your literature. All right, so first thing, ask the floor, what are the quality criteria do you consider? Persona prompting, eh? So then the floor, yes, this paper could be a valuable reference PhD, blah, 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 blah. The floor asked to look at journal impact, reputation, author credential. Okay, all this I know lah. Okay, so the floor give me all this breakdown. Okay, next thing, I asked the floor, what is the journal impact and indexing? All right, then the floor give me impact factor 20.1, which is freaking high lah. Okay, very, very high. And then Simago Journal ranking, the 5.775, side score 28.8. Two things only important for us to look at in a paper: impact factor, side score. Okay, so if I take this journal, International Journal of Information Management, International Journal of Information Management, I go to the website. This is the journal. You can see here. 20.1 impact factor, 53.1 side score. Even there, hallucination took place. Okay, if you realize the outcome, impact factor correct, 20.1, precise. But side score 53.1, the side score is 28.8. You might be like, yeah, it's okay, that doesn't matter. But you have to remember, even such a straightforward number, the floor hallucinates. You want the floor to read the paper without you going through the paper first. Can you imagine the kind of hallucination the floor will give you, the kind of fake information the floor will give you? That's why you need to be very, very careful. You always need to read the paper first. You like it or don't like it for your own benefit, right? It's like when you're sick, you don't like to eat medicine, right? Some of us, you still need to eat it because to make you better, right? What's a good side score? There's no such thing, okay? The higher, the better lah. Okay, the higher 100, 50, 60, and so on. All right. So to have 50 and so on is already Q1 already. If you're looking at 10, 5, maybe it's only Q3, Q4. All right. That's how you can kind of evaluate it. All right. Impact factor 1, impact factor 0.5, maybe Q4. Impact factor 5, 6, maybe Q2 ready. Or Q1 ready. Okay, and so on and so forth. All right. So that's where it's important to check the quality criteria, because you are inserting, your examiners will check your reference list. Your paper also same. Reference list is important. We will normally see, I'm a reviewer for many, many journals. When I look at the reference list and I don't see Web of Science Q1, when I don't see Scopus Q1, all I see is predatory journal, open access predatory journal, mostly MDPI only, mostly Frontiers only. My respect for your paper has already dropped significantly. Okay, because I know mostly use AI to write. How I know? Because AI can only access mostly open access papers. These are not open access papers. These are all closed access papers. Okay, you need to have access to be able to read the papers from this journal. Otherwise, you need to pay an open access fee separately, 3,990. Okay, for subscription, no publication fee charge. So we got two model here, hybrid lah. We call it hybrid. Most people go subscription. Who wants to pay this high? 4,000 USD. Who wants to pay? Not me, definitely not. All right. So now I start. Please summarize only the introduction section of the paper. So the first summarize lah, blah, 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 blah. You see, when the whole introduction, okay, see why I'm so worried, huh? Excuse me. This is all introduction. Here, this matrix, all this information up to here, about almost 3 pages. And then the flow only give me from here to here, finish. Almost 3 pages, I only get this much of information out. So how much of information was shift? How much? We don't know. We don't know what went wrong, what went missing. I know, I read the paper, but if you never read, would you know what are the essential information went off? You don't know. That's the risk. Okay. So now if I go back here, okay, this is the introduction, just a bit of summary from what the fellow read for me. The fellow give me the information. I know the paper's content. I know. So now I go through this. All right. I'm not going to go through every section. I'll just go through a few sections to show you some examples. Okay. So hallucination as known as fake information. So you need to tread carefully. Okay. Key research gaps and motivation. Here the first said, many studies focus on IT investment alone, ignoring decision-making and business processes as mediators. If you don't read the paper, you will think that they actually ignored. But in reality, no studies ignored. This paper added decision-making and business processes as new contribution. Papers before that already have positive result between firm performance and information system. Already got positive results already. Right? These are just additional variables they're testing out, seeing how it's working. So this statement is completely wrong. It's not ignoring. So if you are someone who never read the paper, you see this statement, what would you do? You will just plug it. Okay, you will plug it out. You'll rephrase it. Okay, you'll say completely ignoring. You'll put some other academic synonyms lah, and then you rewrite. But the whole content is wrong. All right. So same thing here. There is a lack of empirical research in emerging economy. Actually, empirical study already done in India, Brazil, and so on. Even the paper would have cited. But all that was shaved, not spoke about it. So we don't know. So the first say all emerging economies never did. So you say, oh, okay, such as Turkey. So you write this lah. All emerging economies never did, but you will never say, oh, it was done in Brazil, it was done here, it was done that, but never done in Turkey. You won't say. This is the problem of of people who don't read the paper and then just ask AI to read it for you. This is the kind of trouble that you can find. Imagine you come with examiner who is very good in this area, who knows this paper very well, and then they see the citation and see your description. They know this is wrong. They will remember. I remember the papers I read. Okay? So this is where you need to be very, very careful. These are the kind of problems. Other parts are correct, but these are major parts that you can see when disinformation takes place. Okay, even after uploading the document, this is the misinterpretation problem. Okay, that's why even if you ask the fellow to read, to write it for you nicely, you must still be able to understand the paper. You still need to read it. Okay, use it as an assistant to write for you, to see how the fellow can word it for you. Because the fellow very pro in terms of expressing things. But the content, you need to evaluate correct or not. Okay, agreed? Okay, so that's why always remember AI summarizes and can miss out on essential information. Right, so now we go to the next one. Okay, so if you see here, I've put quotation mark because section 1 is always known as introduction, but in paper, section 2 will be always named differently. Some people call it literature, some people call it theoretical foundation, many different names. So that's why I put quotation mark. Okay, if you were to start a literature review based on attached paper for a new related topic, how would you summarize the below section? Section 2, theoretical background and hypothesis. Okay, so from here, section 2, this is what given to me. Okay, and section 2 is humongous. It's humongous in this paper. So this starts from here, all the way here, all of this, and then this, right? All this, now third, fourth page. Okay, fourth page already. So, but the flow only give me from here, done. So what happened to other information? Is it really worth missing out? We don't know because we never read. We only ask the flow to read it. So that's the risk. Okay, always think about it. So now let me go to the next one. Sorry, LR section. From LR section, some information were true. Some information were completely collapsed, not coming out. And some information not true at all. So example, this one. IS human resource capability positively influences decision-making and business processes. This is utterly a lie. Okay, why? Because this is actually a hypothesis. Okay, they say hypothesis H what? I don't know, H2, H3 or something like that. Positively influences decision-making performance and business processes. But the flaw here, if you never read the paper, you won't know that this hypothesis. You'll just take this and create your own literature. Okay? But hypothesis is something that you can only know the result in section 5. This is the danger, right? If you don't read. Everything else is good, but this kind of problem appears, will erupt. Here is another problem. Decision-making performance is key in linking IS capabilities to business success. This is not true at all. Very strong statement that is not true at all. In the final part of the paper, this is actually false. So imagine if you just take this and plug and play. That's the problem. Okay? All right? So these are the nuances you need to understand. Don't simply use it because everyone asking you to use it. You must know how to use it. You still need to read the paper. Ask W to summarize. You should shave out all the information that you don't need, or all the fake information as well. Right? Now, if you go to the final bit, let me just go straight to the section 5. I will share the prompting with you. Don't worry. Okay. So if I go to the final bit, let's say I go to discussion. Okay. Discussion part, if you realize, let me go to the discussion part. Okay, discussion part, I say, if you were to read section 5 discussion, how would you conclude the contributions of this paper in all perspectives and what can be further improved? You see, you realize now only I'm asking about improvement because this is already the outcome of the paper. Okay, if you remember, I did this. Okay, I did this. This is the outcome of the paper here already. From here, I can ask what can be the other gap that we did not do. I cannot ask it here because the gap here is this paper, the present paper. So I should actually ask it here after the result, after the discussion, after the method. All right. So that's what I did. And this is the discussion part. Okay, the final bit part. So from the discussion part, when I analyze through what is the outcome of the paper, theoretical contributions, okay, the flow wrote here, the study expands RBV theory by showing the IS capabilities do not directly improve firm performance. Okay, not true at all. Okay, not true. This study was only conducted because there were contradicting reports in literature. So they just experimented with added mediators to further investigate. They never expand, okay, because IS capabilities do not directly improve. IS capabilities already improve in previous literature. This is the problem. Okay. Okay, then comes another point, another fake information lah. Unlike previous studies that assume a direct information system to FP-ing, this paper opens a black box by demonstrating a serial mediation effect, blah, blah, blah. So again, exactly my point. AI answers directly kills its own wording. So say, unlike previous studies, which here the first said, IS capabilities do not directly improve in the previous study. In the previous study, already improved already. Okay, the flaw will kill each other. The first statement itself, if you really analyze it. Okay, so this is where you need to be very, very careful. This is very in-depth analysis that I'm doing for you guys. Okay, to show you how things can go wrong. If you don't open your eyes from this point onwards, it's going to be very, very difficult in your journey. All right. Okay. So yeah, can. I'll share it as part of the note. Okay, I'll share it. Don't worry. So now if I go to valid new ideas, okay, valid new ideas, the flag was expand the global markets, developed and emerging economies, okay, use real financial data instead of self-reported performance, okay, which is good, secondary data, conduct long-term longitudinal studies, time series studies if you want to track the effects over time, investigate AI and digital transformation, we spoke about this earlier, incorporate behavioral and cognitive psychology into IS research, okay. So the ideas, some of it are definitely acceptable. Some of it might not be acceptable. Okay, like what I shared earlier. Okay, but these are all new ideas, especially from the discussion part. These two ideas, this one and this one. And this one, these three. Okay, quite new. All right, quite new. Whether people done it already or not, definitely people done it already. You can go and check. People done it already. It's not really new, but it's a it's a journey, or it's a step where you can where you can do snowballing to create new ideas. Okay, so that is paper reading to you guys. That's why I say don't read papers overall. Just upload and summarize. It's even worse. Can you imagine the amount of information you will miss and the information that will be faked? Excuse me. Okay, understood? All right. So same goes to every other section also. All right. Any other questions so far? We got a bit more to cover. You want to, some of the students will ask me, then why are we even looking at AI? It is for people who really cannot write. Okay, they want to read the flow, analyze, see how the flow, write down the explanation, and some people learn to rewrite from there. Nothing wrong with that, but provided you know the information is true or not. That's why I'm teaching you how to properly use it. Okay, how to properly use it. Any questions so far? Okay, if no question, now whatever you copy out, you just copy out and use it, right? You need to paraphrase. Is paraphrasing AI is okay? Paraphrasing is okay, provided the information is true. The information is concrete. You know that no fake information. So you cannot use undetectable AI. You cannot use Quillbot. You cannot use stealth AI. I just checked, and few other things I'll release soon lah. Cannot use. Okay. But what you can do is you can paraphrase. Okay, this is 94% that we did for a client. After paraphrasing, 0%. 0% in two categories. Now, 13 AI got two categories. One AI written, one more AI paraphrased. Both also must be 0%. Okay. If you take from AI, you ask AI to paraphrase, category 2 will be 100%. Category 1 will be 0. If you don't paraphrase, category 1 will be 0, will be 100%. So our job, we will make both categories 0%. That's what we are doing here. And we've been quite busy because first thing, too many requests. Some of them we have to turn down, unfortunately. Second thing, paraphrasing for 13 AI is more difficult than paraphrasing for similarity. So this is the standard similarity. This one we know, the 16% is normal. No one bothers about this nowadays. Paraphrasing for this is easy. Very, very easy. But paraphrasing for this is super duper difficult because sometimes our writing will be recognized as 13 AI. So then we have to rewrite again. Okay. For example, if I want to use point from article 1 and put it in my paper, so I'm paraphrasing it using AI. Does it get a yes? Definitely. Definitely. Whatever AI touches. Imagine a virus. Okay. COVID-19, you're asking, okay, let me explain to you very simple. COVID-19 virus, people cough in front of you. Will you get COVID or not? Most likely you will. Okay. I mean, at the start is the most contagious stuff, right? So yeah, definitely. When you want to rewrite, you rewrite on your own. Okay. Or hire people to rewrite for you. Don't use any humanizing tool. It won't work. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. I'm telling you now itself, straight. Don't waste your time. It won't work. Okay. All right. It might work sometimes. It fluctuates. This content suddenly will show 0. Suddenly next content you paraphrase same software, it will show 80%. Suddenly 100%. Okay. All right. We're never asked to paraphrase. Okay. If the university accepts whatever AI gives, you can just copy and paste. At the end, when you submit, 13 AI say, okay, the 100% so they accept, then good luck. Then no problem. Okay, as far as I know, most universities cannot. Okay, I'm teaching in most universities cannot. They don't accept 100% 13 AI. But if your university accepts, if they say, okay, no problem, then okay. Go ahead, no problem. Okay, all right. So that's what I have understood so far. All right. Okay. So after paper reading, what is next? Okay. So if there's no more questions, we're almost to the end already. In my university is a big no. In every university is a big no. It's a very big no as far as I know. Now people are pushing back. Even in US, Europe, people are pushing back quite significantly. Okay. Now they're pressuring 13 AI to even make it more stronger. Okay. You can see, you just go type 13 AI and education. You can see the amount of articles coming out now. They're pushing it really, really hard. Okay. So again, I'm telling you, I'm not talking about the ethical point of view. I don't really care. That's between you and your university, how they're going, because it's very gray area. People say use AI and then they say got 13 AI. So I'm also like, you want them to use the writing or you want them, how do you want them to use? So everyone very confused about that. But I'm telling you, don't get penalized. When you go to the graduate school, you want to submit, at that point, they say, very high. What are you going to do? Might as well you start you start finding the cure before you get the virus. All right. Okay. So after you finish reading, my advice always, it's good to build this kind of literature matrix. Okay. I have the template in my Telegram group. You can have a look. Okay. You can mimic it and so on. But a very good a very good sample I can show you. This is none other than Dr. Sharifa from UM. Okay, our former client. All right. Literature matrix from a thesis passed without correction. We are very proud. Okay, we coached and we also proofread, paraphrase all her papers and thesis. All right. This is the literature matrix from her thesis. She passed without correction in a PhD. All right. So these are all the things she listed down. You can see how detailed, she went into it. Okay. All right. This is just a very good example to show you from actual thesis. All right. And that was Dr. Sharifa's Viva. Okay, her topic was development of cognitive intervention module for post-chemotherapy breast cancer survivors. Okay, and she got her degree, her PhD degree, without any amendments or corrections to the thesis. All right, and this is this is a very important point I want to highlight to all the students today from the examiners, from the examiner report. The candidate has already published substantial components of the thesis. Part of the highlight that she passed quite easily, I wouldn't say the examination was not easy, but without any correction, is a publication. She had four papers, all solid, 3 Web of Science. Okay. That significantly contributed to the PhD and PhD. All right. All right. And this is our work we did for Dr. Sharifa's thesis. This is our paraphrasing we did for the thesis. And this was examiner's feedback. Okay. The thesis is largely well written with no stylistic concerns. So it just went on like that without any correction. And when we do proofreading, paraphrasing, we always provide paper for journal and whatnot, lifetime language warranty. We always provide it. Okay. And for those who are stuck in their journey, still don't know what to do, they're stuck, they cannot move forward, they use AI also, still cannot go anywhere, go reject, comes back all the time, we do coaching and consulting for them. All right, these are our recent graduates. Okay, Faris from Saudi, and we have Dr. Punita from UKM. Faris went to USM. Okay, so we focus on PhD proposal consultancy, Scopus Web of Science publication, defense preparation, proposal defense examiner response will teach students how to do and so on, data analysis and interpretation, thesis journal conversion, how to generate more journal from your thesis, from your proposal, Viva preparation, and finally, after your Viva, how to address all the comments. So that's what we do. These are the 8 core areas that we coach and consult, apart from proofread and paraphrase. Okay. Okay, for today's class, I'll be providing the note. Shikin,
Betul?
do you have the link to collect all the attendance?
Uh, I'll just get the. Oh, I forgot that one. The link.
And you can use the same one lah.
Okay. Okay.
I just give that form here lah. So you guys fill up all the information. Shikin will give you the information. All right. Once you fill up all the information, once it's given to me, I will send you the notes for this. Okay, you guys wanted the paper PDF also, right? I'll give it to you. I'll give you the prompting also, how to actually read a paper in AI. Again, I've already shown you all the risk. The risk is yours. I have to declare that because I don't want me to be blamed. Hallucination is not my problem. It's also not AI's problem. It is just what it is. All right. It's not a problem. It is its DNA. All right.
Doctor, can I give the feedback form and then from there we can collect the attendance also?
Can, but that one will collect email or not?
I think so. Wait, I check.
Check and see first.
Okay.
Okay. To reach me for consultations and so on. One moment. Let me just give you my WhatsApp link. Okay, this is my WhatsApp link. Okay, so with that, next class, I think we decided already, so no need to do this. That's it, we are done. Okay, finish already.